All right, here we go. Mike, I'm out here. What's up with everyone? This is gonna be one of those videos that helps people probably. Acura MDX 2012 SH-AWD control module, or lights blinking on the dash. I don't have the key here, but just imagine like every light going off here. That's probably why you're on this video. You probably don't want to see it anymore, but believe it. SH-AWD control unit, VSA, traction control, trailer unit, ABS, all that going crazy, right? Yes. I tracked down a lot. I searched a lot on this car. It even had a check engine code that was on. It was a P0302, and it was a misfire. It's all bad. I'll break down what I can here on this car, and hopefully it'll help people. I'm not going to actually fix anything here. Too many videos, too much to edit. I'll just spit out the info I got on this car since dealing with it. When I first started working on it, is from my friend's mom. It was driving like it had bad gas, and this was like in the summer, and I feel like it did, because I ended up looking into it. It said it like premium only. They were putting like 87 into it. I filled it up with premium a few times with a fuel injection booster or something. I drove it around for a week or two, and it was good. It had no check engine lights or anything. His mom started driving it. Then after a couple weeks, it was doing good, and then a couple weeks later, the next time, she came to me and said all the lights are going off. But by this time it had rained. It had rained pretty heavily. So throw that into the equation, because it's very important. Yes, so like I said, I got it back. All the lights were going crazy. I was checking I searched like the whole car, read a whole bunch of stuff online about it. She had put 87 in it again, so I thought it was something like that. So I was like, keep putting 91. We kept putting 91 in again, but it was like misfiring. I was getting all the SH-AWD lights, VSA, all the lights were going off. It was going crazy. And what I came to find out is that it wasn't, something was bad, and it was only in 2-wheel drive mode instead of 4-wheel drive mode. And also it was giving me a check engine light, and it was just bad performance and everything. But she still had to drive it, so I drove it around, tested it. It wasn't overheating, it was still running, it was still starting, it was still driving. So I was like, just drive it. And so she's been driving it for months, and I've been like researching it kind of, but I was like, we're just gonna replace this with another car, is what I was coming down to. But I was also looking into the wheel cylinders, because that's the ABS module, not ABS module, the ABS sensors, the wheel speed sensor, ABS sensors. I'll probably put videos of this at some point, but that's where I was on. I was even testing them, and I thought I had come to the conclusion that the front 1 or 2 were bad, so I just ordered 2 new ones for it, because they were only like 25 bucks each. And that's what I was actually gonna do today, was I was gonna change those wheel speed sensors. Mike, I'm out here. That's what I was gonna do today. The car's been sitting here in the sun for like the last few days, so I came to get the key from her today, and I started it up, and there's no lights on it. I'm like, where are the lights all at? And then I drove around. You know what I'm saying? I drove it around, and it was fine. No lights, no check engine lights, no stuttering. It feels like it's driving in 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, how it's supposed to be. And I'm like, what? But that was my first thought, was this module. I did look into it. It wasn't wet, actually. Like, I mean, it probably was wet, but I couldn't see it wet or anything. So these are the relays. I may be missing a relay. I might be missing some fuses. I don't know. This was my friend's car. He passed away. I'm fixing it for his mom, so he was probably into it doing something that I don't know about. But anyway, here's the fuse thing. I couldn't find a fuse diagram or anything, so all this information might be helpful to someone if you can screenshot it if you have to. I don't know, the GoPro does what it is. I'm just trying to provide as much info as I can about this car to help people. So this is where the problem was at, and so people were saying replace them, or the fuses or the relays or something. I was looking into it. I wasn't gonna replace this unit because I was like, if anything, it got wet, and then I wasn't even sure if this was it or not. And I was like, I'm just gonna replace this whole car because I was spending too much time working on it, and I was like, you should just be a Toyota Corolla or something, you know, something that I wasn't gonna have to work on. But if this car will run fine, then that's cool. So anyway, it finally got hot, and then it cooled off. But then, so I was aware of the leaking. All sunroofs leak. I don't know if it's a sunroof or not, but when I looked back here, I saw this rust spot. But also another giveaway for this is that I think that it says the fuel lid. No, the fuel lid, that was still open, and cargo light, I don't know. One of these fuses or something electrical was going on, right? Because this rear hatch would not open. Like, it was making noise, but it wouldn't do nothing. Now it opens fine. And that was the thing today. When I went in there and started it up, and the car was running fine, I was like, let me go check this rear hatch and see how that works. And it worked perfectly. So yeah, I'm saying I'm figuring something got wet, something back here, maybe something else, maybe all the wiring in general, whatever the case, water is getting in. I'm thinking this was getting wet, but I want to keep water from getting in the car altogether. But yeah, all those lights were going off. SH-AWD, VSA, ABS, and it had put it in like 2-wheel drive mode, and it was running with like a hesitation. It had a check engine light. The car was just not happy at all. So now I'm looking for the culprit, which I was thinking sunroof at first, which it might be, but people were saying roof rack holes, which might be this. It might be just something like this trim right here. I don't really want to I don't really know, but it could be a sunroof, it could be this trim. This is just for, you might have to investigate that. Ow. You might have to investigate that on your own, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, that's see, that's popping up right there. See how cheap that's popping up? I don't know exactly how to get it up here, off here. I'm gonna put this camera on my head. That didn't go on at all. Every time I make a video, it makes me have to edit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help people. This is one of those ones that's gonna help people. I might have to get some type of ladder out. But this is like a guarantee under, well, I don't guarantee anything, but underneath this is probably, oh yeah, and I was gonna open this too. I'm probably pretty sure that when I open this, unless it all dried up already, that we might get some type of water coming out of here. It might have dried up. Someone was thinking this was leaking, but I don't think that was leaking. I think it's probably, well, I just can't really call it. Anyway, somewhere there's a leak. I don't like the way that that's sitting down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna investigate that on my own. We're gonna do our own investigation. But I just wanted to make this video to point out where I think the problem is, and that is the car is getting rained on, you know what I'm saying, or snowed on is what I'm seeing people saying. Whatever the case is, rain or snow, water is somehow getting into the car, and it's, I believe, getting onto this module right back here. Now, I would definitely want to stop it from getting in, and I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to investigate that further, but this is just right now to help anyone who might have this car. It's an Acura MDX. It's a 2012. Other years are probably similar to this. I don't know if I'm supposed to have the fuse or the relay there. Any of those fuses or relays that's missing, I'm not sure about. But the car does run good again, and it's because it has dried off. It's dried out, and I'm probably gonna, I hear that people just put like a bag over this, and so that's probably definitely what I'm gonna do in the meantime until I can figure out where this water is coming from. But you can see it has rust up there. Other side has some rust forming. So yeah, rust is getting into the car somewhere. I definitely would say the water is getting in through, I think, through this trim piece thing right here. It goes a whole length. In the situation that this car is in, we'd rather have this trim piece missing and just fill these holes up so it can't leak anymore. And that might be what happens, but I'll definitely probably take this trim piece off somehow and investigate that. But hopefully we can just, yeah, hopefully we can just make it to the summer, which we're almost there, but it's gonna rain some more again. But before it does, I'm gonna put a bag over this, and I'll probably show that. But yeah, the main problem I had with this car is that right there, that module is getting wet, the wiring's getting wet, the water is getting in here, and I'm aiming up here at these. People were saying roof rack. I don't know if that's what they were calling a roof rack. I'm calling that more like a roof trim, but other people might have had a different configuration. And it could also be the sunroof. It definitely could, especially if that's not all the way closed. You know how like sometimes it's got to go the extra bump up. That would be a horrible misjudgment, but it could easily happen. Yeah, you see, that's most likely for certain doing some type of leaking. I just can't see how it wouldn't be. Anyway, we'll check that out. But yeah, there's the problem. Even if you're closing your sunroof all the way or not having a sunroof, most of the people were saying the roof rack, and that they were putting some type of silicone on the roof rack, and then that was solving their problems. And then someone was saying use a good silicone that's not going to go away after a couple years, because I think it lasted a couple years. But yeah, that's what I would definitely aim for. That was a telltale sign right there. Was this thing working? Like, I couldn't open that before. In the summer, last summer, I could open that. Then when the winter came and it got wet, I couldn't open it. I would press it and I would hear it trying to open, but it wasn't. Now that it's dried out, it opens up perfectly. So yeah, that'll send you on a wild goose chase. It sure sent me on one. I mean, I was in my mind the whole time, I was just thinking this car is going to get replaced with something that's not going to cause problems. I can't see anything because I got the glasses on. But yeah, the whole time I was thinking I'm going to just replace this car, you know. Why can't I get that in? I feel like wow, it goes up, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It goes up and in and then clips. Oh wait, it doesn't want to go back. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put a bag on that. All right, I didn't want to use the last trash bag I had, but if it keeps me from having to work on this car in the future, I'm just gonna do what I can here, and that is tuck this bag over and around and hope that water goes somewhere else. It's not the best idea. It's not the worst idea. It's definitely not the worst idea. I feel pretty confident about that, actually. So that's what we're doing right now. That's how to fix Acura MDX. That's how to fix an Acura MDX. That's how to fix an Acura MDX. Just why isn't it going back on? Oh well, it's gonna have to come back on anyway. Yeah. That's it. That was a lot of effort just to do that. And that's a whole video. Also, the hood shocks and the rear hatch shocks on these cars suck. So watch out for that, because it's gonna come down and hit you while you're working on it. It's better in the heat than it is in the cold. All right, so that's pretty much it. However long this video was, just to tell you to stuff a bag back there. But boy, did I save you a lot of time and money, believe me. Best Acura MDX video out there, probably. That's how I got rid of that. So now the next step is to get in here somehow. I would even just like if I have to, I would just put tape over there. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't let that happen again. But I probably will pull these off and find out some way that I can plug the holes that are leaking. If it's not the sunroof and the sunroof drain. Anyway, there it is. We'll be back with the next one. Peace.